Hey, it's Matthew Arthur, seasoned entrepreneur. In this video, I'm giving some more updates because that's just what I tend to do. So, from the pip decks, which I bought I'm sure there's a video or two on them, I went through brand tactics, some of the recipes there for Colossal. What these cards have are certain frameworks, if you will, on how to identify your brand and execute or be prepared to execute. And when I say brand, it's more tailored to businesses rather than personal brand. So what are some of my key takeaways from doing the brand tactics? One, you want to be different, not better, because better is actually subjective. And chances are, even if you say you're better at something, your competition could be out there and actually be better at it than you are, or about the same. Unless you've got some sort of edge where you're so much better than your competitors that it's incomparable, that is just so obvious, it's really not the best differentiator to have. But if you can do something that nobody else is doing, or if someone else is doing it, maybe they're a small player and you can essentially outcompete them, then you might be onto something. So after going through the frameworks, what's the big thing that I'm going to be doing with Colossal? We are going to help business owners grow their business and then buy the businesses. This is a unique angle. It's not the kind of thing that a marketing agency offers usually. In fact, I don't know if I've seen any. And also this plays into my personal strategy, which is to buy businesses, because I think that by owning multiple businesses, having that ownership is one of the best ways to essentially achieve wealth, rather than just building everything from the ground up. That's what other people who've gotten wealthy have done.
So I try to learn from others who've done it before me.
I have no idea how this will go. It could flop, but it could also be very, very good. What's interesting about this is it targets a certain type of business owner. So, you know, the kind of business owner who's like, oh, grow my business, live my business, yeah, and isn't really thinking long term. They're probably going to see a brand like that and go, I don't want to sell my business. No, thanks. That's fine. However, the business owners who maybe know I want to sell this business eventually, or at least I wouldn't be opposed to selling my business so I can move on with my life, whether that's moving on to retirement, whether it's moving on to a different business venture, whatever it is, the kind of business owners who can actually go, cool, I actually probably would like to sell my business, and an agency or a company that can not only help me grow my business, but then start building trust. They can start building trust in our business. We start building trust in them. And that could potentially lead to selling my business without having to go through a business broker, dealing with time wasters, anything like that. I think it's an interesting offer. And I think it's an offer that, if there is demand for it, which we'll find out, is also something that would be a win-win. It'd be a win-win because the business owner gets to grow their business, gets to sell their business, gets a good exit. Colossal wins because we also get to build our portfolio. Very interesting to see where that lands. Third, now if you've been watching my videos, again, if you have been, I do not know what is wrong with you, but hey, I'm not here to judge. But if you have been watching my videos, you'll probably notice a difference in production quality. That's because I've got a new camera. It's a Panasonic Lumix S5 II. Turns out Camera House, or maybe other retailers that sell cameras, have an arrangement with Studio 19, and maybe similar companies that do what Studio 19 does, which is they will let you rent the equipment, but to buy, so you do it online. How it worked is I spoke with the people at Camera House to figure out what I need to buy. I strongly recommend doing that, by the way. If I had just left my camera buying decision to myself only, I could have actually bought the wrong camera. As an example, this microphone here, nice, good microphone. This requires an XLR cable. It's a type of cable that a lot of cameras actually don't take, including this camera. So when I was doing my own research, I was only looking into cameras that had an XLR input, so I could connect this microphone directly to the camera. Now, when I spoke with the experts at Camera House, he basically recommended the Panasonic Lumix for all the other reasons, including it has autofocus. There was another camera I was looking at by Blackmagic that had an XLR input, but no autofocus. Oh my gosh, that would be a nightmare for me to deal with. Anyway, the guy at Camera House said,
just buy an adapter.
So this is what I've got now. I've got an adapter at the top of my camera, plug in this nice microphone here, and boom, I'm filming with my Panasonic Lumix S5 II with autofocus.
Thank you very much to the expert at Camera House. I appreciate you.
And I don't even think he got a commission actually, because I applied online. So even better, appreciate you. I'm just kidding. Nothing against people who get commission, of course. I mean, that's kind of what I do. if I run a business, it's essentially commission based. So with Studio 19 and Camera House, you can get a camera and start just paying it off. Pretty cool, I thought. So that's what I've done with this camera. I haven't paid the full amount, which came to about $4,000, but I'm renting it. There's a minimum term of 6 months, so my minimum lock-in is about $1,200. And if I like the equipment, I can make an offer to buy it at any time. Pretty cool. So what that means is that I'm able to get the value of the equipment without having to pay everything up front, so I can have better liquidity.
That's good financial practice there. Probably important if you want to run a business.
I plan to use this camera to improve my productions, so such as this one, and I've got different lighting. I want to create some form of iconic look. I'm thinking something like an orange and blue. That's what I've tried to set up here now. I don't know what this lighting is going to look like because I have to take this footage and then put it into post-processing, so it could be definitely not what I want. But when I make videos, I can test out different lighting and start learning that way. Also, I want to create more videos, more productions to add to this channel, so we'll see what happens there as well.
Okay, bye.